everybody, and welcome to the next match of the SGLIVE 2021 Legend of Zelda Randomizer Tournament. Today we have a Group 6, I think it is, match between Shatty and Kingdahl. I am Alsoa, and I am joined by Shinigami here in the commentary booth. Shinigami, how are you tonight, sir?
I'm doing well. Good evening.
So this is a winner-take-all match, as both of these runners are 2-0 coming into this race.
That should be exciting.
We will once again have Shatty with the Mario sprite set. And this is also Team Boston versus Team Sweden.
That should be an exciting matchup, I think. I'm looking forward to some epic trolls tonight, I hope.
I would like to see Power Bracelet required in some way, shape, or form, but only for Magical Sword, and that be the overworld blocked item is the Power Bracelet. And then you don't actually need the overworld block items at all.
Yeah, that would be good. I'd like that. That would be fun.
Runners should be getting started in just a little bit here. So this is the SGLIVE flag set, which means we're going to have some lovely things such as red bubbles, Stalfos shooting swords, not a whole lot of money, a start screen up on Death Mountain.
My favorite start screen.
And it is a potion shop. So this is an overworld where you will have exactly one direction you can go, and that is to the right. Thankfully, the enemies on the overworld don't look too difficult to start off with. Just some moblins and some super ropes.
We got the red levers on the stair down, but thankfully they were kind.
Cannot wait to see what our other big enemy on the... Oh, it's the Wizrobe!
An arrow shop right there for Kingdahl.
Fortunately, the arrows are not cheap. Oh, actually, they are cheaper than normal. By about 4 rupees. Looks like we're going to see a free candle for Kingdahl. We'll see if Shatty opts to take the free candle as well. Looks like Shatty has also opted for the free candle. Seems like a pretty reasonable choice, if I do say so myself.
It's good to get some of that early exploration in. It's nice to be able to burn some trees when you get there.
Both runners have exactly 1 heart. Heading into Death Arbos. Kingdahl is able to make it in and receives 40 rupees for the mid secret. That's actually quite good.
Max mid. Good stuff.
Shatty is going to opt to check this cave first. I like the play here to check this, actually. Kind of lets you abandon this spot for later if you so choose. Kingdahl is going to take an overworld death. Fast bombs are going to kill Shatty, taking an overworld death in about the same spot, meaning that the 2 runners are basically neck and neck at this point. The only difference, of course, being that Kingdahl has an extra 40 rupees. So this is, well, we're looking for a sword currently. A sword would do the runners good, a armless item would do them good. Shatty opting for the candle boost instead of the passing through the levers. Looks like both runners are going to be heading in the direction of Vanilla 1 and the forest. Kingdahl's going to opt to burn this burn spot on the way. We'll see if Shatty does the same. Kingdahl is... Oh! It's immediately... Oh. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, that's not a good screen right there.
Just gets immediately beamed in the face. Shatty now sees the screen and is deciding to try to set it up on a little bit of a different tile. Gets the screen wrap. Very smooth there from Shatty. Is going to be rewarded with a little bit earlier access to this desert cave, which contains bombs.
Not the best price for bombs, but at least it's cheaper than the mid-secret.
Kingdahl opting to check level 1 first. And finds the potion shop. Looks like Shatty is going to be our first runner to see the Armos item here, as the two runners have diverged in their routes, with Kingdahl opting to go check near start first. Or perhaps going around the long way to get to the desert cave. Shatty now has 40 rupees in his pocket.
Good bomb off of the candle from the for Kingdahl there.
And a power bracelet as the Armos item. So there's a little bit of an interesting implication with that. We have wood sword blocks on as a flag, as Kingdahl finds board 1. Now, what the sword blocks on means is that if the Armos item is something like that power bracelet, the wood sword can be underneath a power bracelet spot in this seed. So that is something the runners will need to keep in mind, is they may find themselves needing to check those power bracelet spots to get their sword, as Shatty finds level 4.
Early Triforce in 4 for Shatty.
Gonna opt to pick it up, given he kind of has to get forward there. Kingdahl has up 8 in level 1. It's nothing for killing the keys. He's going to opt to clear this room out. Shatty will find an additional heart container. Kingdahl picks up a key for his efforts, and finds a room that he cannot clear with his current weaponry unless the Pulse Voice are able to be despawned. However, that is a heart container inside of a Stalfos. Shatty will receive another 40 rupees. We'll see what our coast item is. It is going to be the magic key.
Good luxury find there.
Kingdahl has opted to leave level 1 now, having seen enough without a permanent weapon. So Kingdahl is now in the area to receive their Armos item of the power bracelet. We'll see if they opt to check. Oh, Shatty gets Wizard beamed in the face. I guess technically in the side. The number of keys and key doors does not have to be equal. Especially for any given dungeon. And the reason is that because you can buy keys in the shop, it is possible to theoretically have an infinite number of keys, as we find that the book is our white sword item today, so there will be a dungeon that is blocked on the overworld.
4 hearts not enough for Kingdahl to pick that up, so probably want to check that later. Free maps are always nice.
Especially if you haven't been into your large dungeons like 7, 8, 9, 6, 5, or 2 yet. Wait. One of those is not a large dungeon, usually.
The way some of these shapes have been rolling, I might want the map for 2. They've been split more often than not recently.
I'm still waiting for the 5 segment level 1. Where it's like 3 rooms in the center and then 2 little room segments everywhere.
Yeah, I haven't been lucky enough to roll one of those myself. I got a 4 segment 5 or 4 segment 8 recently. That was fun.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic. Letter found for Shatty.
Any road checks for Kingdahl?
Speaking of level 3, here's level 3. Kingdahl is now aware of there any key on the coast, and Shatty finds a bunch of Zolls that do not die to a Kingdahl.
Fifth heart pickup for Kingdahl. Gets him a little bit closer to the guaranteed white sword item.
Still no sword found for either runner at nearly 10 minutes in. Shatty being told that shoes are optional, and then he loses his money. Apparently, there's a fee for being told that the shoes are optional. Kingdahl now finds level 4. Also sees the early Triforce that is required. Ish. Shatty's going to opt to buy the expensive bombs. Probably not the biggest fan of it, but if it lets you move forward in the seed and gets a bomb drop.
I find that's the best way to get bombs as a random drop. You buy a pack, and they seem to magically appear in the next bomb dropper you kill.
Shatty will receive another heart container from underneath a power bracelet spot. Kingdahl being told shoes are optional. The blue light special is actually a pretty good deal on the magical shield. And it looks like you can pick up the book on 5 hearts. So Kingdahl will now have all the maps.
That'll be nice when he finds the larger dungeons. Nice to see what you're getting into as soon as you walk in.
And to answer the question from chat, no, Kingdahl has not been to the Deadwoods yet, to our knowledge. It's a good thing to take the candle out of the Heart Cave, though. So we're kind of just seeing both runners look for their sword, kind of look for their dungeons, get kind of a lay of the land. That's a level 8. I'm not entirely sure. Sorry, folks. I'm not entirely sure how much you want to dig that early. Shatty finds level 7. He's going to be able to pirouette his way inside. Kingdahl has only one way to go in 8. And immediately gets manhandled. Does not get the quick kill. Gonna opt to leave it. Sees the Tridongo room. Wishes he had a sword. Shatty forced to leave 7 without much to be able to do. Looks like Kingdahl is going to be forced to leave level 8. Also, not much to do there. Both runners are probably a little bit nervous about having no weapon yet.
Yeah, at this point, I'd be getting nervous. I'm notoriously slow at finding the sword anyway. But this would start raising some levels of concern.
I'm going to make a very, very bold prediction. The sword is at the power bracelet spot on Death Mountain, where the letter is in the second quest, as we find level 5 on Kingdahl's side.
You know, I'm willing to go with that prediction. Their start screen is where the game likes to throw my sword a lot, so I can go for a power bracelet block sword in the middle of nowhere. You got Kingdahl in 5.
This is most likely a transport stair, yep. General rule of level 5, even though it's not actually in the logic, 9 times out of 10 an early stair in level 5 is going to be a transport. Shatty gonna go check the grave area. Kingdahl will find the item in 5 reasonably quickly. Receives a raft for his troubles. Not a bad item to get when you know that you are in a situation where there are going to be blocks on the overworld, but probably not the item Kingdahl was looking for at that moment. I think he would have preferred a combat item.
Oh, for sure. At this point, I'd be hoping the first thing I see on the stair is a white sword or a wand.
So board number instead of level number is which was your BP. Board level instead of level number is a option that you can turn on to change the text at the top of the map, but it doesn't have any gameplay effect as far as like functionality goes. It doesn't functionally change anything about the game. There's also an option to replace it with something random like act, area, palace, sector, pretty much any 3 to 6 letter word. But again, it does not change the mechanics, and it does not change the spacing on the grid of the rooms. Kingdahl has found some more bomb spots that do nothing. Shatty looks to be headed over to the waterfall? No. Just going to do that to reset some spawns. He will continue upon his path of conquest, glory, and trying to find a sword. I'm almost entirely convinced that the sword is going to be power bracelet blocked now.
Yeah, it's looking that way. I think we've seen pretty much all the open caves, so... And Kingdahl's headed over to the West Death Mountain, so he might be... Or he was heading in that direction. He's probably gonna check the level 6 PB spot.
Yeah, this makes sense to check while you're here. So, level 6. That looks like, that looks kind of like, almost like a little bucket with the handle kind of bent and a spout.
Yeah, I can see that.
Seeing a suggestion of the soda from Aqua Team Hunger Force. I like it. Kingdahl takes a death in level 6. Shatty's gonna go check the north corner for the sword. Kingdahl's gonna opt to leave level 6 now. Starting to get a little more concerned that my prediction may actually have been right.
It's looking more and more likely.
Shatty finds level 8. Does not have the maps because he did not go to get that white sword item yet. Kingdahl picks up his 6th heart, giving both runners 6 hearts. You know, I don't know. I don't know if either runner's made it to that bottom cave yet. I want to say Shatty was there, but I'm not 100% sure because I don't quite remember. Shatty is now going to be forced to leave level 8. Kingdahl getting asked to let the Dark Nuts out. Let's see, Kingdahl now make his way through. Kingdahl has quite a few rupees, so he could consider some larger purchases, such as arrows, bomb upgrades, keys, blue rings, meat. Shatty now finds level 5. We're definitely getting up to the point of concern. I am actually very concerned that my prediction was correct, and that the sword is actually at the terrible spot. Level 7 found for Kingdahl. I don't believe Vanilla White Sword's been checked. Kingdahl now heading to the south corner. Shatty is going to opt to pick up 11 rupees there. Goes back into level 5. Looks like he was just going in there for the health refill. We're hearing from chat that Kingdahl has seen the waterfall, and I believe Shatty's going to go check it now if he does not take a death. So then you must ask where the sword is. It might actually be at that spot. Up in Death Mountain. I don't quite remember what it was.
Shatty's seeing it's not at 2Q4, so 2Q Letter Cave is gaining more clout here.
Oh, you mean the second best dungeon ever in this game? Right behind 2Q8?
Of course.
Shatty gonna opt to activate the letter to see the potion prices. I do not believe we've seen Second Quest Magical Sword yet. Although we may actually see it from Shatty first, as he's closer to it. So again, for those just joining, we are 22 minutes in. A sword has not been found by either runner yet. Looks like Shatty is opting not to check the Second Quest Magical Sword just yet. We believe that the sword is under a power bracelet spot, given the what's it called? The Armos item was the power bracelet. It looks like Shatty maybe headed up to the Second Quest 6 power bracelet spot. Oh, he's going to Death Armos. He never went in here initially. That's right. He died on the screen the first time he was here. Or maybe not. We're going to get our first raft spot check from Kingdahl. It's going to find for us a door repair.
Might get the 2Q mags check from Kingdahl now, since he was getting the business from the guys on the raft spot.
Well, I don't think there's many places left for them to really look. Shatty looks a little bit perturbed. But no, Kingdahl's not going to go check it. Kingdahl should have the power bracelet, given that he was able to get into the second quest, or not the second quest, the power bracelet spot over by level 6 in first quest. So it looks like Kingdahl is opting not to go for the 2 power bracelet spots on Death Mountain. Shatty is going for the second quest arrow. Looks like Kingdahl will instead be going for this grave spot. Second quest arrow pushes, and it is the sword.
Kingdahl finds mags at vanilla 6.
Well, that is technically a sword. Kingdahl in slightly better shape resource-wise, given the raft and the extra keys are probably the biggest thing. Shatty does get a lucky bomb off of what I believe is a blue Octorok. Finds another potion shop. Reasonable prices for the potions all around this time. Kingdahl going to use his last bomb, but does not have a count set up. Shatty may opt to check this power bracelet spot, and he may opt to dig level 6 here. If he feels like he's behind with sword that late, he could say, you know what, I'm going to gamble level 6's item.
Yeah, I'd definitely be thinking about making that dig. You're about almost a half hour in. You just got your sword 2 minutes ago. You gotta take some risks at this point.
Yeah, especially if you're looking at this, especially if you know the stakes coming in here. So we have some Lionels and such. Kingdahl finds level 3. It is a segmented 3. Hello. Looks like the blue or the red darkness were squishy today. Yes, I believe CD, our tracker in chat, is correct. The only level we have left outstanding is level 2. Kingdahl gets a Triforce out of level 3. He is opting to leave level 3. Even without bombs, I think I would still stay in 3, knowing that there's a decent chance I can find some bomb droppers while I'm in there.
Yeah, that's a risky move. Based on the size of 3-2, even if it's split, it's small, so yeah, chance of you finding the item and getting some bombs along the way. But he probably feels super behind too. He might be thinking of a risky play as well.
Well, I mean, that is most definitely a risky play to take. Now, let's talk a little bit about this level 6 that Shatty's in. As of right now, there is no real time loss, for lack of a better term, of Shatty going ahead and clearing out a bunch of these rooms because he has to look for the Triforce anyway. Once you've found the Triforce or the Compass, then it starts to be a question of, is clearing these extra rooms and looking for this item worth it? But until that point, because you don't know where the Triforce is, you're going to be looking at a lot of these rooms. So that's something that sometimes you'll want to keep in mind, is when you see a runner dig a dungeon, they're not necessarily just throwing time away if it's nothing, because they have to look for things anyway. Looks like Shatty is going to commit to this level 6 at the moment. See if changes based on how the level develops. We did have that dig dogger earlier, although I don't believe it was in a room that could have been really relevant. It might have been in a push block. Might have been in a 2-block room, though. Kingdahl is checking out the south coast, looking for more levels.
He's experiencing moderate luck.
I don't know if he would call a 25-minute wood sword moderate luck. Just a hunch. Shatty gonna burn his last key to get a room he can clear, as Kingdahl does find level 1. I think if you're Kingdahl, you have to dig this.
Oh, for sure. It's small. 2 items.
Gonna get a key in this room. No push block. Gets a red ring on the floor.
It's a good find, especially with the overworld having whiz robes. Nice to be able to take a couple beams to the face while you're walking around, and with Lionel's shooting swords at you in the dungeons, it's nice to have that extra defense.
So, how did Link exactly end up in Soul Calibur 2?
That's a good question. I'm actually not sure.
Kingdahl gonna do some spawn manipulation to try to get that room down a little bit, as that looks like it could be an item room. Shatty finds a staircase in level 6 and gets a transport for his efforts. Gonna opt to take the transport. There is a Patra. Like Shatty wants the key first and foremost. He's gonna immediately use it to go to the left here. Only to find a... well, he gets his key back at least. Shatty's gonna opt to leave level 6. No item in this room for Kingdahl. That bomb wall was forced to open as there was no way to get into that room otherwise, but it is nothing. Potentially a key, but that's about all that could be in here that Kingdahl would want. Shatty, now having left level 6, without a whole heck of a lot, is going to start checking some spots on Death Mountain. Kingdahl does not have a bomb force setup, but gets a lucky bomb anyway. It is now up to 5 keys. And looks like Kingdahl's going to opt to kill the Moldworms here. Shatty is once again told choose are optionals. He's a little bit low on bombs going up into this Death Mountain. Kingdahl gonna bomb to the north here. Presumably checking for more keys, finds a map instead. Shatty finds another door repair. Kingdahl finds the stair item in level 1. We'll see what it is. Just a second, after he clears the stream out. Shatty does find something under the power bracelet spot, but it's just a door repair. As silver arrows are found in level 1 for Kingdahl. Now the turntables have turned. Shatty misses the bomb force due to the enemy running away before the bomb explosion went off. So here's the interesting piece, folks. If Kingdahl finds a bow, he theoretically does not need another item in order to be able to pick up all the Triforce pieces and Zelda, making his gamble on 3 potentially worthwhile. Of course, we won't know that until much later once the bow's found. And also the ladder is a potential required item, as is the recorder. I like the prediction already that Bo's going to be on level 3. Speaking of level 3, Shatty's back at level 3.
I was gonna say Bow in 7, but that's too obvious of a trolley place.
No raft required in the... Oh, hi! You guys like money? Shatty does get a bomb drop picked up. And also is locked in a room with a push block. Kingdahl back in level 8. Now remember, Shatty does not have the book, so he does not know that this level 3 is split yet. Kingdahl's opting to do this room with just wood sword. Shatty is going to go a little bit deeper into level 3 here. Again, he does not yet know this level split. But gets a map, and now he does. Oh! Oh! That could be a large ladder block at level 8. Shatty finds a compass in a room with a stair. We'll see if this is the item. I predict this will be the transport. It was the transport. Hi, Blue Lambos. How are you today? Okay, so a 1996 Dodge Caravan was in level 1. Shinny, what do you think of that?
I think the set of hints are wrong.
You know what? I like it. Still no item yet in level 3 for Shatty. This is... Oh, and it's a game of 3-door Monty. I expect to go south. Only to find a ladder block heart container. Oh, but this could be the item here. The landmills are actually reasonably low HP this time around. So what have we here in level 3? That is not an item!
Push. Oh god.
Well, now what? Do you go back to the blue landmills?
Swag Kananaki into this room.
Yeah, you know what? Sure, I like it. Let's see if Shatty can pull it off. Gets it, has to leave the bomb behind, but gets the Kanana key, gets a key for his efforts. I think he would have preferred the bomb most slightly.
Yeah.
And one room left for Kingdahl before he's ladder blocked out of this 8 for good. Let's see. Is this a stair room? Nope. This will force Kingdahl to be ladder blocked out of the rest of this level 8. That could be major unless the Triforce is in this room. Oh, but the blue land molos seem to have rolled down as well, so that's a good sign. Kind of trying to lure them out a little bit. Does end up getting... He's just going to go for this. Gets both land molas down, picks up a heart. Kingdahl forced to leave 8 due to a ladder block. This is an item room. This is one of the second quest push blocks. Kingdahl is heading back to level 4, looking for an item, I presume. Finds a bomb upgrade. Does he buy it, though? Not yet. And a ladder is in level 3. That's a good find for Shatty. And that actually will allow him to go and get everything out of level 8 in one fell swoop. That's, if you're on Team Shatty, that's what you wanted to see there.
Definitely quality find. Get the recorder Triforce pickup for Shatty there too. So
wait, we've seen a ladder block recorder?
Oh no, wait, sorry, it's any key on the close. My bad. I was thinking of some other seed.
I mean, a ladder could be blocking the recorder. I can't tell what to do. I know that Shatty is on 1 key and 0 bombs, so he may want to get that any key sooner rather than later. I don't expect Kingdahl goes back there until he has to, based on the way that he was, well, maybe not, because 3 is pretty small, and if he has to choose between 3 or 6 for a ladder, he'll probably choose 3. Kingdahl does get the door open, and will have a little bit of an easier time with the lane molas. You'll notice Kingdahl skipping a lot of these rooms that are not stair rooms. That's because he is only looking for the item in here. Any key picked up for Shatty. Shatty gonna do some any roadage to get down to the coast and check the spot. Or maybe he checked that spot and is gonna go back for the any roadage. Moderate luck for Shatty today. But I don't think he feels like that. Item found for Kingdahl, most likely. Gonna use some bombs to clear this room out a little bit more quickly. Fortunately, gets a little bit gypped on that last bomb. Doesn't hit anything with it. item, and level 4 is going to be the bow. It's an item you want to see, but that gives Kingdahl access to silvers, and he has 255, now going to be 135 rupees after he picks that bomb upgrade up. So the trouble is Kingdahl has to go back to level 3 at some point. Shatty will have to go back to level 4 pre-9, but I don't know if he goes back before getting Recorder. Shatty finds a level 1. Hopefully we'll pick up his red ring in here, and his silvers. Nah, really? There's not a huge difference between the two runners besides that ladder out of level 3. Which is a very important item to have, as it is required for level 8 here. Kingdahl is going back to level 3. The runners could be pretty neck and neck here coming up. Kingdahl will have a slight lead once he picks this ladder up, depending on how long it takes Shatty to do this level 1. And of course, the other side of the coin is that because Kingdahl's only looking for stair rooms, he can clear this more quickly than Shatty did.
Kingdahl opts to go left at the blue landmost, so he should be rocking his way into the bow shortly. Or the ladder, more than that.
This is actually very fortunate routing for Kingdahl. Would you be comfortable saying that Kingdahl, with the pickup of this ladder, is back in the driver's seat a bit?
Yeah, I'd feel pretty comfortable saying that. You know, he has the ability to get through most of the blocks. You know, the only thing he doesn't have exploration-wise is a recorder, so he's he probably can skip out on a lot of dungeon exploration, try forcing out a few things.
So, what does Shatty need in order for... Like, if you're on Team Shatty, what are you looking for the most? I think you're looking for a recorder to be in 6 and recorder to be required for a Dig Dogger in 9. Because Shatty's already seen a lot of 6, so he may opt to just dig the item out while he's in there. Kingdahl immediately heading to 7. Shatty in the room with the silver arrows.
Kingdahl is putting those silver arrows to good use. Good mags level damage.
That is a sometimes underutilized feature of the silver arrows, although not nearly as much anymore. But maybe when first starting out. Because the silver arrows deal so much damage, they can often be a very strong combat weapon for a lot of rooms. Not all of them. There are certain enemies that can't be affected. Well, who wants to ask Dig Dogger about his record collection? Any volunteers? Anyone? Anyone? Shatty is done with level 1. That's a potential recorder block in 7. Okay, I'm the one that's supposed to go and do that? Okay. I'll go ask Dig Dogger. Fortunately, Kingdahl misses the timing for the bomb drop. A book found for Shatty. Oh, okay, that makes more sense, because I'm very used to being voluntold to do things, so I assumed Rick was voluntelling me to go ask Dig Dogger. So we'll see where Shatty decides to go from here. It looks like his election is to go to level 5.
Kingdahl finds the transport in 7.
Just gonna say, books can be very heavy. Kingdahl finishes off main handle with the silvers, but gets nothing for it. And this is where having a bow could really help Kingdahl, is in these pulse voice heavy rooms. Kingdahl gets a Triforce in level 7. I expect he is going to just leave the dungeon now. In theory, 5 can be bigger than 7. In practice, that requires a particularly small 5, or a particularly small 7 and a particularly large 5 to have happen. You're more likely to have a 6 that is larger than 7. And sometimes 6 can be larger than 8. Nice kills there for Kingdahl. Gets a forced bomb out of it to boot. Kingdahl will opt to buy the red potion. Looks like we have Kingdahl and Death Mountain doing some exploration. Shatty in level 5 looking for a Triforce. I believe he has seen the raft at this point. They're not supposed to be. But Kingdahl has a pretty healthy advantage right now from having the bow, as well as being up an additional Triforce. Although, the Triforce numbers don't specifically matter until you get into 9, because Triforces can be gotten and lost relatively quickly. Shatty will be giving up a bomb and has not bought the bomb upgrade yet. Level 9 found for Kingdahl over on Death Mountain. Shatty sees a bomb upgrade, but it is 120 rupees. That is quite a steep price, and I believe the only level we're missing now is level 2. And there it is. So that is all of the levels found, and I believe Kingdahl has seen all of them at this point. So I think Kingdahl is going to be just Triforce and go for the rest of this seed. Which definitely puts him firmly within the driver's seat at this point. Although Kingdahl is going to opt to go to the segment. He seems to be interested in this item in level 2. Perhaps he hasn't seen every level? Looks like he's going to up A now. Perhaps he was thinking maybe look a little bit for a recorder just in case. Fires do die to silver arrows, which is very important. I expect Kingdahl will go back to pick up the any key, but perhaps he just hadn't routed. Perhaps he was more interested in finding where all the levels are. Looks like he is still interested in this item in 2. I'm not sure if it's that he hasn't seen a level, or if he's just looking for a little bit more combat going into level 9, especially given that level 2 is pretty small. In which case, it would make sense that he opted not to spend the key if he's not looking for an item because it's required. He just wants something to help him out. Shatty looking over his map of level 5 and is going to opt to head back to start. Kingdahl finds some more bombs on the ground. Kingdahl has not found the item in this level 2 yet. Shatty now gets the raft. I think Kingdahl will now leave this level 2 without the item unless it's in this room down here. Given that it looks like he's looking for the item and not wanting to spend resources on it. Yes, Kingdahl's Mario sprite is Mario on Ice, which uses a hockey stick. Shatty has found the Triforce out of level 5, putting his Triforce count at 4. Really, the big difference between the runners right now is twofold. Kingdahl already has the bow and silver arrows. Most notably the bow. And Kingdahl also, I believe, has found every level. If there's one that he hasn't found yet, it's no, he found 6. So he found 6, he found 4. Yeah, I believe Kingdahl has seen every level. Shatty back in level 8. Looks like based on Kingdahl leaving level 2, he is not interested in anything else in there. He is gone. So it looks like Kingdahl is likely going to head towards level 6. And it is being brought up that level 8 does have 2 items. So without bow, it statistically is the best chance. And you also have to go into level 8 anyway because you haven't found the Triforce out of there yet. Shatty will instead find a recorder. Now this could be a swing that Shatty needs. Because if Kingdahl opts to just go through 8, if Kingdahl opts to just go through 8 and does not get that recorder, and that recorder ends up being required, that gives Shatty a little bit of an edge, especially if it's only a recorder required for 9. Compass found for Kingdahl in level 6. He is going to opt to go to the Triforce and leave. However, you really want recorder to be required for level 6 only, as Kingdahl picks up a sees a red candle in level 6, opts not to pick it up. So if you are in the Team Shatty grouping, you are going to want Kingdahl to not pick up that recorder, and for that recorder to be required in 9. Looks like Kingdahl is going to world wrap to get his any key here. That's what I presume he's going to do. Kingdahl does have the silver arrow, so he'll be able to use that when bubbled. Shatty, on the other hand, does not currently have a good permanent weapon when bubbled. Yes, Kingdahl does not have a whole lot of rupees, but that can be fixed by just killing a whole bunch of rupee droppers and praying that they work. Anyway, here's the any key for Kingdahl. This could be the other item room for Shatty, and if it is, this is a little bit of a time investment to get this, but we'll see if it pays out. I don't believe we've seen the transport stair at level 8 either.
Looks like Kingdahl is headed back in here as well.
Now we'll see if Kingdahl opts to pick up the recorder here. Because Kingdahl knows exactly where the Triforce is because he has that compass. Shatty's actually in the room with it now. So Kingdahl could opt to ignore this room to the south and instead go east. And just go here. Okay, it looks like he's going to go south. Does he clear this room looking for an item, or does he just go? He is just going. Kingdahl is opting against the recorder here, having found all of the levels. So if you are on the Team Shatty train, you want the recorder to be required in level 9 for a Dig Dogger block. Because this will probably be the last place Kingdahl goes to look for an item. However, this will lead Shatty away from Death Mountain, where level 2 and 9 are. Kingdahl's routing has actually been quite efficient here, as he's going to finish up all of his Triforce pieces pretty close to each other. Although he does have to go back to 7, I believe. Bunch of blue Lionels. He does not have to go back to 7. Shatty finds this large secret. The overworld block in this seed was level 6, was under a power bracelet spot. And I believe that's the only one. Shatty gonna check the recorder spots. Does find money. We have found all of the levels at this point. Right now, the best hope for Shatty is that he goes back to 4 very soon. And then also, there is a Dig Dogger block in level 9 that is required. But Shatty currently does not seem interested in going back to 4. He seems more interested in finding all of his dungeons. Kingdahl's going to pick up his 8th Triforce piece at a level 5. Kingdahl at 103.25 is now eligible to go into level 9. The only question that will remain is there going to be a required Dig Dogger? And if so, does that give Shatty enough time to play the catch-up game here? Because Shatty still needs to go back to 7 to get his Triforce, go back to 6 to get his Triforce, go back to 4 to get the bow, and then go to Northwest Death Mountain to find levels 2 and 9. Fortunately, these recorder spots are going to distract him a little bit. Have we seen the meat block? I don't think
I don't
so.
recall seeing it.
Say again?
I don't recall seeing the meat block, so there's still hope for that too.
Oh, imagine a meat blocked Dig Dogger required to get to Zelda. That'd be perfect.
And Kingdahl only has $7 to his name right now, so if a meat purchase is necessary.
I think I want this even more than ever.
Oh, I'm here for it. That would be great.
Welcome to level 9, where it looks like, I don't know what the shape is. Shatty's back in level 7. Well, it has the right boss set. Dig Doggers and the Dongos are in the same boss set. So we're going to be listening for the Roar of Ganon and looking for a shutter door that either doesn't open when you kill all the enemies or automatically opens depending on if Ganon has been killed or not. Because we do not need an item out of this level 9, we will not be looking for staircase rooms unless we need to. If you are not familiar with my style of commentary, I am always wanting to curse the seed as much as possible. As long as I'm not playing it. I'm not entirely sure how Kingdahl tracks 9, so hopefully he's keeping track of what rooms can be stairs in the event of a magic staircase. Shatty gonna opt to kill the Dig Dogger here. Kingdahl gonna opt to bomb to the north. Oh boy, that's a Dig Dogger. That's a Dig Dogger in 9, I tell you what. Likely can get around it from some stairs because of where it is, but that's a Dig Dogger in 9. That will not be Zelda. This will be a stair in level 7. Shatty opting to bomb them all out. I'm guessing he does not currently have a sword available to him. Finds a transport here in level 7. Kingdahl finds a probably much appreciated rupee boss. Triforce for level 7 for Shatty. Kingdahl is going to continue exploring in spite of the potential Dig Dogger block at the moment. Based on the movements from Kingdahl, we're gonna guess he's heard a Roar of Ganon. Yep, the room is going dark. Ganon is in this location. There is a door to the south. Kingdahl will likely check that. Kingdahl does have wood sword, so this is going to be 15 hits, but he has red ring. He has, I believe, still a double potion. There is not really much risk of Kingdahl dying during this boss fight here.
Quinn's showing off some dance moves, trying to get that stun lock.
A little bit of a difficulty getting the stun lock directly, but goes to Red Ganon, hits him with the silver arrow. That will be a dead Ganon, and now the hunt for Zelda is on, and the hope for the meat blocked Dig Dogger blocked Zelda continues. Oh, that does not have to be her, though. In fact, Kingdahl's been in that room already. That is Batman. I'm glad Batman has decided to join us for this scene. Shatty does get a bomb drop there, and is going to find levels 9 and 2 here. So, so the window of opportunity for Shatty is still closing, but it is not actually impossible at this point. The victory condition of Dig Dogger blocking Zelda still exists. Meat blocking Zelda would actually be good for Shatty as well, given that Kingdahl does not quite have the money to afford the meat at the moment. Whereas Shatty is plenty good on money. Shatty does find level 2. We'll likely end up digging the item out of here.
Oh, there's the girl. That room popped open.
Please, everybody, get your GGs in chat for Kingdahl finishing with an official time of... ...1 hour, 10 minutes, and 28 seconds. And it appears we have the immediate forfeit from Shatty. So, the winner here, Kingdahl, will be moving on to the bracket stage of the tournament as both of these runners for 2-0 coming in, as we are joined by Shatty. GG, sir.
Thanks, guys.
So, how about the sword?
Oh, man. I died on the Blue Ring Armo screen, and then I think that was the last spot I went back to, and I was like, boy, if it's here, I'm in so much trouble. But then when it wasn't there, I was like even more confused for a second.
Yeah, the wood sword blocks definitely is something that we haven't seen very often come up, because normally the Armos item is not something that can block the wood sword until it is.
Yeah, you almost never see it. It's crazy.
So one thing that you did have was... So two things occurred during the seed that we figured could swing the seed wildly one way or the other. The first was that Kingdahl skipped the item in 3 on his first trip through level 3. Which turned out was required. And the second is that Kingdahl did not end up picking up the recorder, meaning that had any of the Dig Doggers in 9, which, by the way, they were Dig Doggers in 9, had any of them been required, he would have had to leave 9 and go back to get that recorder, which would have given you the window there.
In the end, the recorder just cost me time then. Checking all the spots, etc. And I had that force set up in the mountain, and that blue Octorok shot out like anything when it spawned in. I couldn't believe it.
So that was definitely the case of the game being like, no, you don't get this. And we are now joined by Kingdahl. GG, sir.
Yeah, thank you. That was my worst rando ever.
Well, I mean, the sword decided not to participate in the seed, so there's that.
Yeah, at that point, you're only hoping that the other guy's doing the same, because if he like did go there before, then the race would have been over. But I don't know.
The big difference between the two of you was Kingdahl, you had gone back to 4 to get the bow. Shatty had not done that before you had finished.
Yeah, we talked about that, and I realized I was ladder blocked in 8, so I kind of had to go back somewhere, and 4 was the nearest. So that's a bit of luck there. But
You did, however, have the sword slightly after Shatty did, but the difference there was not enough to make a big contribution one way or the other.
I also bailed on 3, which was a bad idea, but it probably turned out to be a very good idea in the end.
On paper, yes. We were a little concerned that bailing on 3 was going to be a big problem for you in the seed, but with the ladder being in 3 and getting ladder blocked out of beta, kind of forced you in there anyway.
Yeah, then I got the compass in 8, so 8 became very fast, even though I spent a little time up there in the corner. But yeah, that's the way these randos go. It's hard to say like who's benefiting, and someone does something bad and it turns good. Turns out to be good.
We also may have gotten excited about the possibility of a meat-blocked Dig Dogger blocked Zelda.
That would have been something.
Yeah, I was worried about that Dig Dogger though that I ran into in 9 with the 2 shutters. But luckily there was a stair before that took me above it. But that would have been bad if the flute would have been required, because then I would have had a lot of spaces left to check.
So with this, Kingdahl, you move on to both 3-0, and you'll be moving on into the bracket stage of the tournament.
Yeah, that's the first time I've been doing this tournament for a long time. So it's nice to go 3-0, of course. A lot of luck, but yeah, it feels good, man.
Feels good, man, is a great response. So, I guess I will ask if the 2 runners that are here with us, or my co-com, Shinigami, have any final questions or thoughts on the seed at the moment.
Well, my main thing was, when you got the ladder in 3, Kingdahl, and you went back to 8, we watched you run right past the recorder room, and we're like, oh, that's going to be a thing. And you had like $3 going to your name, and we were kind of hoping for the meat block, hoping for the recorder blocks. And we're like, oh, this might be Shatty's chance to pick up some time and catch you up. But, like you said, luckily you found the stair above that. So, you have any other thoughts on the seed?
Yeah. When I was in 8, 8 is pretty much too big to be searching for an eventual needed flute. I did the dig level 2 though, until I found out that that the item was behind the key, and I only had like 2 keys. So, but I think 8 is too big to be searching for a flute. That probably is not required at that point.
Yeah, for sure. And then since you did have the bow and arrows already, it's like at that point, I'm sure, being the way that the sword trolled you guys early and all that, I'm sure by that point you're like, I just need to get into 9 already. We're probably super behind. So
that start spot, I was glad I got out of there the first time. I don't know. I am sure that some runners of the rando would have never gotten past a ladder screen with the levers or the ropes that came. If you don't know screen scrolling and you do this seed, it's not going to be good.
Walking through the desert was rough. I think one of the screens had like 6 blue wizards or something too. So it was brutal, man.
Yeah, that was one of my 3 deaths in there. I wasn't even looking, and like, oh, that's the game over screen. Okay.
Well, GG's Kingdahl. Good luck in the brackets. Thanks, also Shinigami CD. Appreciate it as always.
Yeah, thanks for the restream and the tournament arrangements and stuff, and Shatty for. I mean, I must have lost like 20 times in a row. It feels like in the other races, so feels good to like get one back. But I'm sure we'll have to play some co-op. Somehow we missed each other. That's my final word.
I think with that is going to wrap it up for us here. So again, please do give our two runners, Shatty and Kingdahl, a follow. With that, on behalf of both of them, on behalf of my Kokon Shinigami, on behalf of our tracker, CD Improv, and on behalf of the SpeedGaming family of channels, this has been Alsoa. Thank you all for joining us tonight, and please stay tuned for more SpeedGaming Live 2021 action on the SpeedGaming network of channels.